A rich man's destiny.
Marcus.
You're the one thing
Marcus.
I do.
Marcus, baby.
I will not
Marcus.
let you. Fate don't know you like I.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Bel-Air, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Bel-Air Season 3, Episode 10, the season finale. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And man, you talking about a crazy ending? The title of the episode was called Save the Best for Last, and that's exactly what they did. They did a great job by making it seem like it was going to be a happy ending for everybody, right? Those last, 3 minutes of the show, they said, you know what? Now it's time to turn it up. Let's drop these bombs. Your boy Will getting kidnapped by Jeffrey's old gang. Man. Now, your boy LaMarcus definitely seemed like he's up out of here, y'all. I don't think LaMarcus is going to make it this time. You know what I'm saying? We've already been predicting this storyline for quite a while. We knew LaMarcus, he's supposed to be like the new Trevor. We know from the OG show, Trevor, he did not make it. He died. So, of course, everybody's been waiting to see what was going to happen with LaMarcus's character. And, of course, we know at the very beginning of the season, he had that, cardiac arrest, and it seemed like he recovered, but it was still time on the clock. We still had to see how the season, was going to play out. And in this episode, as I told you guys, they did a great job by making it seem like it really was going to be a happy ending. When they was standing up there at that wedding, I'm like, man, he about to pass out, but it never happened. I was just looking for something to happen at that wedding, but they still end up getting married, and it is what it is. But once they showed us like everybody at the end of the episode within the last 3 to 4 minutes, I knew it was going to be bad news. You can just feel it. You can tell something bad was going to happen to LaMarcus's character. Now we know Viv, she was pregnant. A lot of you guys have been predicting this, and with this one, we already knew she would eventually get pregnant because of the OG show. We were just waiting until it actually happened. So in season 4, it's going to get crazy. They need to go ahead and give us that news that season 4 is coming, because the way that this, season finale ended is going to leave all the fans wanting so much more. So we're going to see, but let's hop right into this recap. As I told you guys, I'm going to try to just focus on the key things in this episode. We did get a lot of different things going on, but I'm going to focus on those key things. If I miss anything, let me know down below. So what did we see in episode 10, the season finale, titled Save the Best for Last? Now the episode starts out with Hillary. She's very stressed out because she's lost her engagement ring. And when she said that, I already knew what time it was. I'm like, man, she done left that ring at Jazz's spot, and it's just a matter of time before he finds it. But now she has to hope and pray that LaMarcus does not notice she does not have that ring on. And Will and Carlton, they're sitting back like, man, this is very messy. And this is how the episode starts out, with a lot of drama, and we already know this is just the very beginning of it. Now, LaMarcus's pops is talking about, what they should and should not do as far as, a marriage, giving them advice. He does mention that Phil kissed Erica, and Hillary, she knew nothing of this. So she was kind of shocked, like, really? And y'all know Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil had to play it off like it was not that big of a deal. But we know Hillary does ask Aunt Viv about this later on in the episode. Now we get to Drew, Carlton, and Will. They're talking about Black Cess and the things that they need to do to expand the business. Now Drew, he wants to change some of the shirts up, give a different logo and stuff like that. Carlton, he ain't really feeling it or whatever. And they end up arguing. We know they was talking about the fight that they got into, because we know Carlton, he put those hands on Drew, right? But Drew made sure he did not let Carlton forget about allowing Connor to say the N-word right around him, and made a joke about it. But Carlton is telling Will that he cannot work with Drew at all. But we know later on in the episode, Carlton had a conversation with Uncle Phil that helped him change his mind. Now, we get to Hillary and Aunt Viv, and Hillary wants to know about that kiss that Erica and her pops had. Now, I'm glad that Aunt Viv told her that Erica was the one that kissed Uncle Phil, not the other way around, and that, they got through it. You know what I'm saying? Erica, she's just toxic, and she just, an old college friend that continues to try to be messy, in that it's always going to be problems or issues within a marriage. You just have to, work through it. And she's telling Hillary, like, look, is there anything that you want to say? Like, basically trying to tell her that you need to get whatever you need to get out right now. Ain't no use to holding anything back. So y'all know Hillary, she was all in her head because she knows she's going to have to tell LaMarcus the truth about that kiss that she gave Jazz. And of course, that engagement ring. So it's a very stressful episode thus far for your girl Hillary. Now, we get to Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv. They're making out. We know Uncle Phil, he's trying to get his freak on. Viv is like, look, we got to hold up because I'm feeling kind of seasick. Now, once she said that, I'm pretty sure we all knew what time it was. We were just waiting for her to actually find out the truth that she was pregnant. Now, Carlton has a conversation with Uncle Phil about Drew, about business. And Uncle Phil tells him, like, look, sometimes you got to make the right business choice instead of using, so much emotion. And Carlton took that advice, and we know he ended up working with Drew later on in the episode. Now, we get to Eli and Ashley, and once again, Eli is letting Ashley know that he likes her or whatever. But she tells him she likes him as well, but she's going to keep it a secret because she does not want her parents messing things up for her. Now, we get to Jazz, and he finds the ring in his shoe, and I already knew what time it was. I knew that ring was there. He does let Hillary know that he got the ring, and they want him to get there as soon as possible. You're talking about flying across the country. And Jazz, you can tell, like, he didn't want to do it. He was like, man, I should just stay here. I should pawn it. He was just thinking, like, this ain't the right move. Like, I don't want to give this ring up. Hell, I don't want her getting married, plain and simple, unless it's to me. Now, Aunt Vi, she pops up, and she's with Gerald, her new boyfriend. Will, he does remember him, but he's kind of upset. He don't want his mom's being with nobody, and you can tell by the look on his face that this was really bothering him, but we know he ended up having a conversation with Gerald later on in the episode. Now, Hillary, she did tell LaMarcus that she was getting the ring cleaned earlier on in the episode, but now she wants to tell him about what happened with Jazz, about that kiss, but she can't do it. And she tells him, look, we can get a prenup if you wanted to. He says, nah, don't worry about that because we gonna be in this forever. And you can tell once again, she's just feeling even more stressful because she knows eventually the truth is going to come out. Now, all the groomsmen are taking pictures. LaMarcus, he got DK there as his best man. Everything seems like it's going, real good with all the fellas. We know Will, he does see Gerald. He goes over there, has the conversation with him about his moms, telling him, look, better look out for my moms or whatever. Don't slip up with her. And we know Gerald ended up talking about, well, your mom's, she had a lot of, guys trying to get at her back in Philly. And he's lucky that he was able to shoot his shot. So Will was like, what the hell you talking about? He could not believe that his mom's is back at home getting her freak on. Know what I'm saying? She having a good time, plain and simple. So Will has to have a conversation with her later on in the episode about what she's been doing. Now, throughout the episode, Jeffrey, he was talking to Uncle Phil about, not taking, being a part of his family for granted. He had a conversation with Will and Carlton, telling them he's very proud of them, telling Will, look, I've been watching you too. You've grown so much. You can tell that Jeffrey is planning to get the hell up out of there. I mean, he has issues with that gang and he wants to protect his family at all costs. The only thing is, Uncle Phil does not know that Jeffrey is going to end up leaving. And when he does find out, we know it's too late because Jeffrey, he just left a letter. Now, we get to the ladies. They having a good time as well, taking pictures, having fun. And then your boy Jazz, he pops up. And Jazz, he's trying to get up in there. Will's like, look, you got to hold off. You know what I'm saying? I got to watch and make sure don't nobody see you. And he ends up getting Jazz up there to talk to Hillary. Now, Jazz, he felt like it was fate that that ring was there or whatever. And that he is there with them right now. He felt like, look, I need you to stop this. But out of respect for Hillary, he does not do it. I was thinking Jazz was going to ruin everything. Now, I did like how Jazz played it off, talking about, I can't let you walk down that aisle without this or whatever. He played it off, making it seem like he was going to tell her not to do it. And it almost seemed like Hillary wanted Jazz to say, look, don't do it. It ain't happening or whatever. I ain't letting you do it. It's like she wanted to be saved, but at the same time, she did not want to disappoint LaMarcus, her family, and everybody that was there. But after that conversation, we know Will, he tries to get Jazz up out of there, but guess what? As Jazz and Hillary are hugging, LaMarcus pops up out of nowhere and he's pissed off. He's like, what the hell is going on up in here? And Jazz, he played it off. He wasn't really trying to have no conflict with, LaMarcus. And they left. LaMarcus and Hillary end up talking and she finally told him the truth about the engagement ring being left at his spot. She said she just needed to have, one last moment with him and just to basically have some closure and that nothing happened. And then she told him about the kiss that happened like 2 months ago or whatever. LaMarcus was pissed off and he ended up just getting up out of there. He could not believe it. He did not want to be around Hillary at all. And it seemed like this wedding was about to be over. Now, Will and Ashley, they go outside. They find LaMarcus. They talk to him. They tell him the truth or whatever. They love Jazz or whatever, but they also respect Hillary's decision and they have come to have love for LaMarcus as well and feel like it's still a chance that they can get married. And Hillary does come out. She does apologize once again and she gives him more reasons why she did not tell him, right away about that kiss and that she only loves one man, right? And that's him. And I'm thinking like, nah, she loved Jazz as well. She just told him that earlier on in the episode. I could have sworn she told him that. But she tells him, look, just meet me at the altar. And she's hoping and praying that he's going to show up. Now, we get to your girl Lisa and Jamal Hill. He does encourage her to continue to try to swim or whatever. Yes, you're going to go through some hard times or whatever. But it is what it is. All athletes go through tough times. Plus, he's in the Paralympics and we know he's been going through a lot of stuff and he's still going through things right now. And basically he's saying, look, you got to continue to push. That grit is going to make you stronger. And of course, this conversation, it made Lisa more motivated to continue with the nationals and stuff like that. And, make sure she does what she has to do. But she has to be focused. Now, we get to the wedding. And everybody's walking down the aisle. They want to know where the hell is LaMarcus at because he's supposed to be out there already. And we know Hillary, she's in the back. She's having a conversation with her pops. We know she knows about the kiss. And we know earlier on in the season, Hillary and her dad, they had a conversation about making mistakes, but continuing to show love and to be there for that person. And Hillary's like, man, so you was talking about yourself? And Phil told her, yeah, or whatever. But he wants her to continue to do exactly what she's been doing. I mean, ain't nobody perfect, so just keep pushing. So they end up preparing to go down the aisle. Everybody's still looking for LaMarcus. We see Hillary and her pops, and as they're walking up, LaMarcus, he's right behind all the groomsmen, and everything seems like it's about to go well. Like finally, it seems like it's some type of peace. But even at this particular moment, I'm thinking that LaMarcus probably about to pass out. This is what I'm thinking while I'm watching it, but nothing never happened. It all went real smooth. Everything was good. For a moment, I thought Jazz was going to pop out and say, no, I want to marry her. I love you. You can't marry him. But that didn't happen. I'm like, man, so this fairy tale is really about to have a happy ending. But of course, we know that did not end up happening. We saw Jazz. He was looking in the background. He was all sad and stuff. And the only reason that I believe Jazz did not make a scene or didn't do anything was because his love and respect for Hillary. He did not want to embarrass her and mess up this moment. Now, we get back to Eli and Ashley. And now Ashley's like, look, I'm going to tell my parents the truth. After all the lies that Hillary's been telling, ain't no way I'm about to be going through that. So I'm just going to be truthful about what we're going through. We know Will, he does have a conversation with his moms about Gerald and what she's been doing back in Philly. She's like, look, I'm young still. I'm still having fun. Don't worry about all that. We see your boy Jeffrey. He's looking in the background. He's looking at the Banks family, and you can tell that he wants to walk up and celebrate with them, but we know he was thinking about his family and the things that he needs to do to protect them, and also he wants to prepare to end up leaving. Now, Carlton gets the second chance with Princeton. They found out about Black Sess, his recovery, and all the stuff that he's been doing, and that's exactly the type of character that they want, and he's good. So your boy Carlton is back on track as far as his education, and then Will and Carlton, they end up meeting back up with Drew and decided to make a good deal as far as Black Sess and what they need to do to expand the business. We know it's going to be their senior year, so they're about to kill it. I'm just glad that they're all able to work together with no issues. Now, we get to Carlton, Amira, Lisa, and Will, and man, you can tell Amira, she's been going through it. She's about to go to a very, professional rehab, in Boston. So that's across the country. And we know Carlton is very upset, but at the same time, we already knew what time it was. We know Amira, she was going to have to leave. She was going to have to get the real help that she needs, right? She does apologize to Will and Lisa for what she's done. Will, he's happy. He tells her, go get that recovery and come back so we all can hang out. So I don't know if Amira's character will return, but from the looks of it, she just may be gone. Now, Carlton did have a very emotional scene because we know he really loves Amira, and as she told him, everything good in her life she's pushed away but him. And he decided to always stick around, so he will always have a very special place in her heart. But you can tell this really affected Carlton, and I hope that he does well. But man, this was a very emotional scene, especially knowing all the stuff that Carlton's been through or whatever, and knowing that he really loved Amira. As I told you guys earlier, do you believe it's a chance that Amira could make a return? I mean, the rehab ain't going to be forever, so we're going to see what they do with that storyline. Now, we get to Omar Campbell, Uncle Phil. We find out about what he's done, and now they have new investors. And these new investors, they're all black, everything black owned, and it seems like they're going to help out more people within the community. Yolanda Porter, she happy as hell. Jazz, he is happy as hell, and he tells everybody to make sure that they vote for Yolanda Porter. So everything that Uncle Phil planned, I guess it ended up falling through. And Omar Campbell said that he's not going to press charges for that fire. So Will, Jazz, everybody is good. Now, Will, he was looking around for Jeffrey. He's seen some guys over there playing basketball, and you can tell that he wanted to go play. I do believe Will could still play basketball once school starts back up. I mean, this was just for the summer. So we're going to see if Will decides that he wants to play basketball once school, returns. Now, at the end of the episode, we know that Jeffrey, he left a letter to Uncle Phil letting him know that he's gone. He does thank him for all the things that he's done for him, being around his family, everything like that. We know Jeffrey has some issues with that, old gang, his past, and he feels like if he sticks around, it's going to put, Uncle Phil and his family in danger, right? Now, Carlton checks Amira's location, and he sees that she's landed in Boston, and now we're going to see what Carlton's going to be about for the next upcoming season. Definitely looking very stressful, but I believe he can get through it just like he did in season 3. And then we see Aunt Viv. She's getting a pregnancy test, and we can see that it is positive. She is pregnant. So baby Nikki is going to be on the way for season 4. Now, I do believe in the original show that Nikki was actually born in season 3. Now, we get to the end of the episode, and once they start showing Hillary and LaMarcus and everybody else, you can tell it's going to be bad news for a lot of people. Now, I knew what time it was. Once Hillary walked away, she was going to give, LaMarcus another drink. And when she returned, that boy was laid out. He was up out of here. This time, ain't going to be no saving him. He done for. So just like Trevor, it seems like your boy LaMarcus is up out of here. Now, at least she was able to get married to LaMarcus, which kind of makes it worse, right? I think with Trevor, she was just engaged to him, and then he had like a bungee jumping accident, and he was up out of here. Now, I want to know what's going to happen next with Hillary's character in season 4. And of course, how is Jazz going to feel about all of this? Now, we also see Penelope and Jeffrey preparing to leave. And I'm going to tell you right now, Jeffrey, watch yourself. Watch her. I don't trust her at all. She's already showed you that she will screw you over. So don't be messing around. Be on your P's and Q's. Now, Will goes to check on Jeffrey to find out that all his stuff is being donated and he's gone. And Will is very upset. He's like, man, Jeffrey done left. What the hell is going on? And as he's walking, that G-Wagon, they pull up on him. Some guys get out and they throw him in the car. I'm like, damn, this is a crazy ending. I mean, I know he got to be going through it. I mean, the way that this episode ended is going to, leave people wanting more. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what the hell is going to happen next with all the stuff that just popped off at the end of season 3. This is how you end a season finale. Season 3, they definitely delivered. I'm going to continue to say it. It's way better than season 2. I don't know what they was doing in season 2, but it's not even close. Season 3 is straight fire. Now, I want you guys to leave your theories, predictions. Leave it all down below. I may do another video. We may talk about some early predictions for Bel-Air season 4. So I want you guys to get your theories ready. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.